Grapes are so fucking good.
Hey guys, late afternoon check-in. Day 6 of 30, straight sugar fasting. Today was a good day, man. 197.2, down like either 0.4 or 0.6 of a pound. Very consistent, very linear drop starting Sunday from 205 down to this. I'm rocking out a couple more days at 2,500 calories. If I'm like consistently losing half a pound at 2,500 calories, I could add more food and slow down the weight loss. But I'm not fasting until I'm completely diced because I have vacation coming up next month. So I think I'm going to stay at 2,500 calories for the next 3 weeks and go as low as I can. And who knows, maybe that last week I might even bring the calories up for 7 days. And sure, that could potentially slow down weight loss or even halt it. But the increase of calories before ending the 30-day fast and going into normal eating, it might be advantageous to my metabolism to do so rather than being in a place where 2,500 of carb now has to translate to, let's say, 2,500 to 2,700 of mixed macros. Like many of us have learned, right? Like the macros don't translate the same. Like 2,500 calories of lean chicken breast with no fat added, 2,500 calories of, 75, 25 ground beef, extra fatty, and 2,500 calories of honey and cantaloupe. They don't have the same effect when you eat them, at least not on me. And I've done all this. I've done all this for prolonged periods, not just for a meal, and then looked at my water weight or water loss the next day and complained about it. I've done all this stuff over the last 4 years. So yeah, I'm gonna stay with 2,500 calories. I talked to Cole again yesterday, and he told me we just had some messages exchanged, and he mentioned, add more calories, slow down the weight loss, make it more sustainable. If I was going for 60 days and I was looking to get down to, 178 or something like that, I would. But I'm not, and I'm on a limited time frame. And then when I come back from vacation, I'm gonna have to jump back into this. So that's when I'll sort of evaluate where I'm at and maybe take a longer term sustainable approach. Yeah, so that's it for today. I gotta really be thoughtful, mindful, intentional, and present with my eating and drinking this weekend because I'm just chilling at home. And on weekends, like, water weight is easy coming. And even if it's like a Saturday where I get 20,000 steps or a Sunday where I get 0 steps, it's like, it almost never seems to translate to what my Friday weigh-in was. Could be so many reasons. I have never been able to wrap my head around it. For a long period of time, I thought it was just overindulging on weekends, and it probably was, but there's been dozens and dozens because I've been doing this for 4 years. There's been dozens and dozens and tens of weekends where I wasn't overindulging, and I was tracking, and I was meticulous, and I was thoughtful. And the weight goes up, man. I don't know what it is. On the weekend, my body's, inflamed and recovering from 40-hour work week and 10 hours of training and running and walking and volunteer service work. And then I give it 2 days of kicking my feet up and getting a full 8 to 9 hours of sleep. And it's like, I guess, maybe my body just kind of goes into flooding itself with fluids and trying to repair whatever it can and treating any sort of stress responses that are going on. That's the best I can make of it. I had an English muffin when I got home from work today. No fat, 4 grams of protein. I had one, and I put a tablespoon of butter on each half. I toasted it up so nice in the oven on the broiler setting. And yeah, that was a treat. I had that, and I had probably the best smoothie I've ever made. It was incredible. It was 3 cups of frozen mixed berries, 600 grams of banana, and a fair bit of Splenda because I didn't want to add extra calories. It's okay to not bump up your calories if you need to fit in volume. We're not ignoring sugar, but we are also not ignoring calories, because it matters, right? Like, I can show you someone that tracked for a couple weeks, then stopped tracking for a couple weeks, and I ate as much as I could, stuff in my face. The weight loss does stop when you do that. You know, there has to be some measure of moderation. You know, this is like a weight loss thing we're trying to do, or I'm trying to do. Yeah, and so I had bananas. So what did I do to sort of set my day up to have as much banana as I had? Because it was about 600 grams in this smoothie. And yeah, so what did I do? I did some intermittent fasting. I did not have breakfast. I had a lunch, and then for dinner I had 3 cups of mixed frozen berries, 600 grams of banana, about 5 cups of water, a fair amount of Splenda, a quarter teaspoon of vanilla, a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon, and dude, my gosh, I put about a quarter to a half teaspoon of xanthan gum in there. It was incredible. I mean, you know, not to mention that I let the bananas get pretty dark. It was incredible. The vanilla, the cinnamon, the sweetness, the banana flavor with the berries. It was better than any bottled or even like fruit stand smoothie that I've ever had. So good. Tomorrow I'm gonna have some roast veggies and a cup of rice for my first meal of the day. I'll probably put breakfast off until maybe like 9 or 10, because I don't wake up as early on weekends. I'm gonna have some roasted veg. I'm gonna have a little cauliflower, a little zucchini, peppers and onions, roasted with no oil added, charred, crispy edges. Even without oil, they still get super tasty just from seasoning, and 500 degrees in the oven. It gets delicious. Probably 2 cups of rice. I have enough calories because I have 2,500 that I could have 3 cups of rice. But there's gonna be so much veggie that, you know, I don't necessarily know if I want that. For those of you that know Japanese barbecue sauce, the banchan one, it's amazing. It makes every vegetable 10 times better. But it does have very trace amounts of sesame oil in it. So if you do use it, be incredibly sparing, because it will add up. It might say 0 on the package or whatever, but I'm pretty sure it can actually be upwards of 5 grams of a macronutrient that they're able to round down. So assume it's 1. You know, assume it's 1 gram. Assume it's 2 grams. Assume it's 5 grams. You know, 4.9 grams. And err on the side of caution. And be careful. And I'm gonna have just beautiful, delicious steamed white rice on the side. And then I got like watermelon and some like high volume, low calorie fruits for the rest of the day. And if need be, and I really want to slam in some more volume, and I need that, 3 cups of mixed frozen berries, a bunch of water, some xanthan gum, and some Splenda. And for 280 calories, sorry, you have, you know, 50 ounces of delicious smoothie. It's, you know, sugar-free lemonade mix makes that one really good. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna leave off with that. This weekend I'm gonna do a little storytelling. You know, some people reaching out to me, they want to hear a little bit about my story. You know, I got to figure out how to tiptoe around that, because I don't necessarily know if my dad wants me to be sharing any of his information. It's like super important for my formation and how I was raised. But it's, you know, easy enough to negotiate around and to be respectful of his wishes. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll make it happen. And yeah, that's it. And if you see any gray hairs growing in, man, leave them alone. Have a good day, guys. And have a good weekend.